Well then, swiftly moving on, it's going to be the MiraiK here once again, banning out the Seer and Antiquarian. Currently permabans are Hullabaloob, Opera Singer, and of course from the Survivor side, it will be Mercenary, Postman, Female Dancer, Coordinator, Puppeteer, and Aeroplanist. The two bans from the Survivor side will be Goldman and Ivy. So now none of the Meta Hunters are out. MiraiK does have that Naiad, but I don't think Naiad will be possible against a team comp with Forward and Psychologist combined. However, for now, the next ban here has to be another good container. MiraiK, there's always that chance of Soul Weaver and Bloody Queen from Japan side too. So like, depending on what MiraiK bans here, we'll definitely know more of what he wants to pick himself. But like, just talking about this team comp too, on a map like this, you could potentially still bring Prisoner or Mechanic. Mechanic isn't a bad pick here, but we're gonna ban out Weeping Clown here instead. But the Acrobat will come out in exchange. So it does seem like we're a little bit afraid of distance pulling. But with the distance pulling here on mine, it is still a small map after all. So there's a huge potential that MiraiK maybe wants to go for a Bonbon here. Or he wants to play a Hunter without Warp. Right, so who can that be? What Hunter definitely needs Blink? There is Geisha, that's one of them. There is Naiad, that's also another one of them, of course. But I don't really think MiraiK will be running Naiad on a map like this. We're gonna ban out Prisoner here as well, so no Cypher Machine rush is possible. But if a Survivor really wants to hard counter the Naiad, they could choose out that Mechanic. But Mech could be a base pick because Geisha is still available. And there is still Bloody Queen as well. However, for now, we're going to go with Prospector. Well, I did kind of consider Anne, but like, you don't necessarily have to ban Antiquarian nor Weeping Clown if you want to play Anne here. So with this type of team comp setup, let's just see what MiraiK decides to choose. Because with MiraiK's decision here, right, if it's really an Anne or a Naiad, it wouldn't really work with that bans, but it seems like we're going to go for Soul Weaver here instead. And moving straight on towards Era Selection mode we go. Okay, let's see here. Era Selection mode we go. It's going to be Psychologist on top right here. It's quite an interesting spawn. Acrobat and entrance to Shack. 1OP here as the Forward near the entrance of Junkyard, and then Soba as Prospector in Factory. Okay, MiraiK is gonna spawn. I don't typically like that spawn, but MiraiK is gonna spawn near Factory Ruins. The reason why I don't like that spawn is Soul Weaver always win trump card no matter what, so like Constraint is not going to be used to its maximum extent here if that's the case. Honestly, the best case scenario... Honestly, the best case scenario here would be, it just depends, I guess. Because... everyone brought... okay, so there's double knee-jerk reflex here, one flywheel, one tie turner, MiraiK going trump card detention. I'm kind of left bamboozled with the spawn selection, but let's just move on towards the game. Alrighty then, okay, MiraiK, well, you could go after Acrobat first, that's good news. There's also a Psychologist nearby too. Psycho's gonna start decoding in in Shack as we're coming closely towards the middle here looking for Kirie. But I feel like MiraiK probably thought that Psycho is gonna run out this direction too. If you just saw the Persona 5 seconds ago, it was trump card detention, which I'm quite sure Addiction, Rage, and Quenching Effect. Yeah, and Quenching Effect. So with this, we're gonna go straight towards Soba here, who is playing Prospector. But it's so much time wasted early game here as well for MiraiK to shop around. I mean, for a Soul Weaver, yes, it's fine, but it's still a map like Arms Factory, which does take quite a lot of your resources to even catch up towards one Survivor. I mean, you might think there's a lot of walls, however, in some like transitional containment area, you can't really use your webs to catch up towards the Survivors here. So Acrobat, we're going to be able to get by here as Psycho is also nearby too. However, might be better to chase after Acrobat here. Yeah, so that's gonna be one stack. That's gonna be 2 stack barely landed. Acrobat does not have flywheel, it is a tie turner, so that's gonna be normal hit there registered, thankfully. We still do have 3 more balls left on our hands. Acrobat was rotating for quite a lot early game as well. So that's going to be 2 web threads. We should be able to get a third one here just about on time. 4, and that should be a blink down. So very discreet 90-second down here for the Acrobat. However, for... like, if you think about it, from the side of Acro, who barely had any items, well, not sorry, who doesn't really have personas to kite you as well, that is pretty good. For now, MiraiK, his main job is to go over and get rid of that pallet. No matter what happens here, that pallet has to go. Because if that pallet doesn't go, it'll just be your literal nightmare for a really long time. Forward, I don't think we saw him. We did not see him. That is pretty darn bad. We do see where Prospector is. But we probably do know that it's not going to be Prospector coming in. It's going to be a double rescue here, so we know that it's not Excitement at least. That's a nice bit. Okay, can we get a terror shot? Okay, we got a pushback, which is fine. However, Acrobat will go down here anyways. We have 60 web threads. We should, you know what, I personally think if you can't get an extra hit, you should go for it. But the best case scenario here is to oh, okay, that's gonna be a split back. We should cocoon here. No matter what happens, you should cocoon. You really should cocoon. I know you're trying to waste as much time as possible, but cocooning, yeah, cocooning would be the best idea. And now we have to pick up that magnet, and the rest kind of just depends on how the game goes. You can't really use web threads here at all. You shouldn't use your web threads anymore because you've only 30 stacks and you want to save some for later on too. You're around, you're 1 hit away from max presence, or 1 hit, 1 spit away from max presence. So potentially speaking here, you could get it. Okay, you didn't get anything there just yet. We need to be very careful here. That is, oh, that's a nice stun, but that's another nice stun, but it is addiction after all. We'll try spinning here as much as we can. I would say the main course of action here is to break the pallet and then see what we can do afterwards, because it is still 40 seconds left until blink is ready. So no matter how much Acrobat wants to jump here, as long as addiction is still on our hands, it shouldn't be too bad with the stuns. But we just can't let him rotate out too. So it's gonna be a slow and steady race, right? It's okay for Soul Weaver to get a tie game here. It's not a bad plan. However, Acrobat's putting so much distance here. We need to use triple web threads and then try get the blink down. That's what our main plan is here. However, if we're forward being nearby, the more ball he uses, the better. The more ball he uses, honestly, the better. So for now, MiraiK just wanting to be away from the forward. That is pretty annoying here too. But at least, let's just say this, right? At least, oh, that's another second beautiful stun. And we took that web thread too. Ooh, that hurts. But the last life machine is at 60-something% right now. Somehow we're able to do so well. We need to try blink here. We do need to try blink here, but we don't know where Acrobat is. Can we try? We need to go for the force blink. I think no matter what happens here, you need to go for the force blink. Forward's still nearby. Forward's still nearby. Cypher machine 92% right now. Acrobat, we somehow managed to bring him back. Oh my god, that is insane. That's gonna be an endgame Cypher machine pop there. For Soul Weaver, honestly, for MiraiK Soul Weaver early game, it wasn't bad. However, you're not allowed to use web threads on a wall like that. We want to save blink here as much as we can. That's gonna be a normal hit, then as claustrophobia will be fully nullified right around now. We should be able to check Acrobat on the chair for just about enough time for us to go over for the teleport escape. But for now, Soba is also leaving the gate. We're looking at the wrong gate. We're looking at the wrong gate. Hold on. We are looking at the wrong gate right now. Can we, potentially speaking, teleport to the other one? Because if we don't, it'll be a 3-man elimination. Oh no. We need to teleport over right now. I don't think I can wait anymore. Can we wait anymore? I don't think we can wait anymore. Can we? We're gonna teleport over right now. Okay, Sobat's on the other side. Sobat does not have dungeon over there. So at least that's good news. We do have magnets as well. So that's fine. That's speed boost. Okay, that's no problem at all. We are going to get the stun here. It's either a stun or not. We can just stall here for time. We can stall here until we web threads. That's okay. We can stall until we web threads. We currently knee-jerk reflex. Okay, Prospector's looking for a knee-jerk reflex right now. Okay, we need to bolt rush for it. We need to bolt rush for it. Web thread, nice. Another one. It's okay for the stun. Go. Hit him. He has no flywheel. Okay, that's fine. GG's moving on. Aye. Game 3, second half we go. It'll be Aka with Seer and Danny current first 2 bans. It seems like from the Survivor's side. From Scars' side, you need a tie game. Well, actually, as long as you win here, it should be fine. Even if you get a 1-man escape, it'll be good enough. point-wise, right? But if you get a 4-man elimination, then RC will win against Scars. Because round 1 was 6-3. Budio got a 4-man elimination, meanwhile Aka got a 3-man elimination. So for Scars here, as long as they don't get a 4-man, everything, well, it should be a win for Scars. However, for now, the next man will be Prospector. It seems like we want to play Ann here for Aka, or maybe Aka is planning on playing someone else. Psycho is permabanned. Look, judging by this as well, Ann isn't such a bad pick if you think about it because of the forward too. We're gonna pick out the Fire Investigator just to counter the Ann, but if you really wanted to, Entomologist is also very doable as well. However, for the time being, the last ban here, we need to think about a decoder. Maybe Mechanic wouldn't be such a bad ban, but Aka does have. Yeah, we were gonna ban mech, but I was about to say Aka does have Hermit as well. So I feel like if you're able to find the mech with the Hermit, it's a pretty good chance that you're gonna win the game, right? For the last ban of Survivor, last pick. Last pick should be someone decently good against a team comp, against Ann or against Hermit. Preferably speaking, we would like to Cypher. However, Prisoner is back to the main, well, is permabanned. So instead of that, there is a chance you could go Aeroplanist. However, for Aeroplanist up against Ann, it just feels, I mean, it is doable, but we're gonna go with the Professor instead. Okay then, so Professor versus Ann. Finally, we get to see how hard Professor actually counters Ann, or maybe Professor doesn't counter her at all because you could just paralysis and then jump towards the Professor and get a hit. However, as of now, it does seem like from Scar's side, we're gonna choose a team comp that fully counters Ann. It's gonna be a dominant. It's a dominant male party here, let's just say it this way, and we're up against Disciple Ann. And with the area selection mode we go, it more or less should be forward at middle no matter what. But if you want to chase after forward first, it will be pretty hard here, even for that cash. You're going to be able to see Embalmer spawning by Shack, Fire Investigator at entrance to Junkyard, excuse me, and Sora here as Professor near the factory gate. For Ann, you could spawn at factory. I think spawning a factory here is not a bad option too if you bring Insolence, Detention, Warp, because Insolence on a game like this just seems a bit better, especially when it comes to mid to end game when you want to catch up towards the survivors as well. And there's an Acrobat and, you know, the Fire Investigator too, so for me it's kind of a no-brainer to not run Insolence. But with the Persona points we go, it will be Trump Card Detention alongside with Excitement here for Ann. We will be able to see Forward, Embalmer, Professor, and Fire Investigator. It's a double flywheel here on the Embalmer and Fire Investigator. However, Embalmer no borrow time with knee-jerk reflex alongside with Professor with knee-jerk reflex as well. Forward here with just one Titan. This will be game 3, second half of RC versus Scars. As long as Aka gets a formal elimination here, it will be a win for RC. Sorry, my bro. I'm choking on something. Anyways, onwards towards the game. Professor being first chase here. He's gonna run straight towards the back of Factory Ruins. However, we're a little bit close towards Tank here too, and towards Embalmer. So I feel like for Ann, we might change targets if we do find a chance. For now, we do see that a mini scale will be dropped down here for the next nearby survivor to pick up when they come back here to contain. However, for now, that's a brilliant maneuver, a brilliant drift for Ann here to go, excuse me, back towards the Professor. Professor knee-jerk reflex out. The Window knee-jerk reflex has also been used too. However, for now, we cannot forget about the fact that you could cancel one of the stuns here from Ann, but it's not such a great area for Ann to jump in as well. We barely got it, and that's gonna be a beautiful padded stun there from Sora. I feel like for Aka's side, he thought, well, I mean, it's not a bad plan, but it just wouldn't work in a scenario like that. The cooldown will still go anyways, because I mean, it is a survivors after all during paralysis. But what surprises me more is that during the Hunter paralysis, well, the Hunter skill notification when going up against Steve, it doesn't go down, but I guess for survivors it's a bit different. For now, Sora will still try to pull a little bit more distance, but the first cat being, fading 2-3 cats early game and finally getting the hit is really good for the survivors, because it's already 3 Cypher Machines done by the time that Sora will go down. Even better, it should be 3.5, or the last 2 Cypher Machines already at 10%, and by that time it'll be a really good start too. We could even sell Sora here if we want to as well, but for now we're going to be able to get, wow, oh, what is that? That shouldn't have lasted that long, should it? Oh my, oh well, I guess ants, I don't know. I don't know, that lasted longer than I thought. I won't lie to you about that too. But for now, we're gonna be able to finally get a second vault over. We did manage to stun the who again? The Embalmer too. But forward, are you gonna come in? Forward's not gonna come in just yet. That's fine. The only slight issue here is the cipher machines are still only just 20-odd%. If forward should pull a full ball here, yeah, and then force. Okay, well, I guess that works too. That works. That 100% works too. And then you can just leave forward body blocking. Or forward coming and stun, please. Forward, you should come in and stun. Forward should come in and stun for the double down. I think that's the best for forward. As long as you find a really good place to down in, that's all what we care about. That's really all what we care about here. And as long as Sora here, as the Embalmer, can run towards one of the deeper ends of the corner, that's also pretty darn nice too. However, for now, it seems like Takoyaki is going to stay near the Embalmer's coffin, because that's where our professor will be as well. But the poor Cash is just going to get fully countered regardless of what happens, because now Professor counters her really well. We do see where the coffin is here too. GNK Cypher Machine is around 87%. However, it seems like we're looking for GNK here instead, who's playing the Embalmer. So this simply just means that the Professor and the forward can meet up and heal. I mean, Embalmer is the only one without borrow time here, but it doesn't really matter that much, I feel. The excitement has been used pretty early on too, so even if you decode a cipher machine here, as long as Cat is nearby to decode that cipher, more or less, it should be enough. Let's just say it this way, it should be enough to even brilliant. It should be enough even if Anne decides to teleport over towards Professor. It should be primed. However, for now, Cypher Machine at 92%. Do we have airbag drop down just yet? We don't. However, it's still only just one cache, which is why I personally prefer Insolence quite a lot alongside with Warp. Not too sure what the excitement was used for. However, in our case scenario, against a team comp, I don't even think excitement can help you up against the Professor. I won't lie to you about that as well. But for now, Cypher Machine's at 92%. The Professor has been fully healed, and the Cat will finally land on towards that Fire Investigator. But I mean, just look who we're playing up against, honestly. We've no jumps here remaining, so all what's left here for Fire is just to stall enough time for Ant to dissipate. So there goes the Cat, and that's going to be a pallet drop down. And of course, 92% decoding progress. Now we're kind of looking for the drop down there too, and more or less in a scenario like this, Cat will be able to drop down the pallet. He does still have flywheel though. The Cypher Machine is primed, and it seems like we're going to go for a stun and a pop. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad here. The excitement force out wasn't the best. I don't feel like the excitement force out there was the best, because now it's going to be a 4-man endgame, no survivors remaining while on the chair. So they're all pretty far out, and no catwalk too for Anne. So now we're just trying to be very careful here, trying to get a stun, but it will be missed here, and it will be missed dearly because the flywheel came out just about on time too. Wow. And with that, it will be 50% decoding progress on the exit gate near forward, who's on Moon Gate. And we will congratulate Scars finally for winning up against RC and moving on straight towards the next matchup.